I've never been number one at anything. In grammar school, I wasn't ever picked first at recess for that god-awful game of kickball. I was vice president of the French club in high school. Even now, I only boast silver status on my United Frequent Flyer account. Despite my enduring runner-up position, as a hopeful college senior, I dreamt of becoming the next Broadway star. It's 2001. I'm in conservatory at NYU's Tisch School of the Arts. And as my training is coming to an end, I learn the famous Barry Moss, casting director of almost 90 Broadway shows, will be the guest judge of my final performance. I'm chosen second, of course, to present my comedic piece for this titan. I muster all my courage, but I'm shaking in my character shoes as the accompanist strikes the first note. Halfway through the number, Mr. Moss begins to erupt like a jolly Santa Claus, bellowing laughter. Ms. Matteucci, you are a breath of fresh air. And instantly, I'm on top of the world. He continues, but you are not an ingenue, and you'll never be a leading lady. You won't ever appear on a marquee because what you are is the perfect supporting actress. However, I want to tell you a secret, my dear. It is far more powerful and infinitely more fun being number two. I didn't know it at the time, but those words would become a beacon for the rest of my professional career. Now, at the age of 40, I create theater every day, just not on Broadway. I produce complex, high-stakes celebrations for event designer David Beahm. And this March marks my 18th year as his right hand. Events executed under my leadership are works of art, complete with engineering wonders, Michelin star cuisine, horticultural masterpieces, and no-fly zones. I travel the world engineering memories that will last a lifetime in what can only be described as a dream job. Not only is my role overflowing with opportunity, it's also free of an entrepreneur's risks. Sleepless nights worried about surviving the next recession? The crippling anxiety over liability and litigation? Oh, hell no. The massive financial burden of bankrolling a business? Screw that. I built my career by taking it upon myself to seize the potential of being number two. You see, I got my top billing. I captured it in a supporting role alongside my leading man, David Beahm. Now, some of you may be thinking, how sad. She's given up her ambition. She's spent her entire career at the service of someone else's vision, at the benefit of someone else's bank account. But you'd be wrong. It is indeed far more powerful and infinitely more fun being number two. To be sure, the journey of a number two isn't for everyone. It requires commitment, and that dedication is rarely celebrated in the public sphere. Yeah, I've slept nights on the marble floor of the Plaza Hotel. I've thrown my body on propane fires. Hell, I've even tackled paparazzi in a filthy public men's room, all to ensure our company's success. But it's not my name on the door, And therefore, it's not my appearance on Good Day Chicago, and it's not my face in the New York Times. Journalist Jessica Bruder writes that successful entrepreneurs achieve hero status in our culture. So when those heroes demonstrate that entrepreneurship is the only avenue to acknowledgement, it's no wonder emerging professionals snub careers like mine. When Gallup reports that only 3 in 10 millennials feel engaged at work, it's troubling because it implies that the struggle for recognition is wiping out the virtue of collaboration. It's troubling because we need that collaboration now more than ever. From political partisanship to race relations to our global climate crisis. Solutions for the world's biggest problems won't come from any one hero. They'll be the product of many minds striving in concert. The prototype for that alliance begins in the workplace. It begins with the number 2s. Every day, in every occupation around the globe, number 2s are doing the work to turn our heroes' big dreams into even bigger realities. We take the scripts off of the page and we get them onto the stage. We are the sous chefs, the studio musicians, the backup singers. We are the coders, the research scientists, the paralegals. We are the copy editors, the nurses, the engineers. We are integral to the survival of the business world. Our roles have purpose, and they can be deeply fulfilling. In the world of high-stakes special events, it takes a massive ensemble of artists performing in harmony to make a party come to life. 150 waiters, 90 set builders, 75 florists, 50 musicians, 40 lighting grips, 20 chefs, 10 photographers, 5 party planners, a second in command to sit in the director's chair. Me. All under the watchful eye of David Beahm. And as his number 2, he empowers me to uphold a single tenet on our job sites. Never let anyone ever see the madness backstage. If I've done my job well, David doesn't know about a problem until it's solved. And the client, well, they never had any idea it ever existed. This was exactly the case at a tented wedding where the weather was my nemesis. My team arrives to the job site each morning shivering. By noon, we're sweltering. Despite our discomfort, I'm confident. This wedding is on time for guest arrival in 36 hours. A sparkling display of 200 tall glass vases stand side by side, awaiting my florists. My eyes focus in on one. Could it be tilting? With a snap, the epoxy-fused seam gives way. The glass trumpet slides right off of its base like it's been greased with Crisco. The vase goes over, striking the next, and the next, and the next. A domino effect of exploding glass. Who knew that dramatic swings in temperature could impact adhesives so profoundly? For a moment, my blood runs cold, but there's no time for hesitation. I go live over radio. Matteucci for Team Beahm. We have an opportunity for greatness. Yeah, that's what actually came out of my mouth, but hearing the gravitas of my voice, my team swarms the tent with the precision and tenacity of the Radio City Rockettes. 30 minutes later, the carnage has disappeared. Replacement vases found and loaded onto a truck to be driven all night for a 5 a.m. delivery the next morning. David is gobsmacked as we recount to him the events of the day over dinner, laughing hysterically at my radio call, reenacting each person's scamper onto the scene, and praising each other's quick thinking and even speedier action. But that brand of leadership is not the standard. It is an exception to the rule. Because society praises those of us with president, CEO, or founder following our names, that benchmark doesn't allow for the celebration of anyone else. Instead, countless number twos are cloaked in anonymity. Those of us who are truly exemplary are even more likely to be hidden in the shadows because some entrepreneurs fear we will eclipse them. Others worry that by honoring us, they will be exposed as mere figureheads. We know our entrepreneurs deserve esteem. What we don't know is that everyone doesn't feel the call to be a number one, but every number two does feel the need to be seen, respected, and acknowledged. Our names deserve to be in the playbill because when we are recognized, we work better, we strive harder, and we make businesses better because of it. Late in the second act of a Broadway musical is a performance called the 11 o'clock number. It's a pivotal moment in which a character experiences a revelation that changes the arc of their journey. It's not the show's finale, but boy, is it a showstopper. Number twos, we have reached the 11 o'clock number. Now is the time for us to change the arc of our journey. We must begin to demand the credit that we deserve. We cannot allow a corporate culture to continue that only honors its visionaries, because without implementers, vision will be for naught. If we are to change the arc of our journey, we will need to build trust with our entrepreneurs. We must prove that our recognition doesn't threaten them. Rather, it magnifies their hero status and leads them to even greater victory. We will need to blaze a trail for the future workforce of our society, from the millennials to the Zoomers and every generation after. We must carve out a new model for collaboration, one that is engaging, aspirational, and rewarding. I have 3 truths to help my fellow number twos on their journey out of the wings and onto the stage alongside their number ones. First, the curtain will rise on opening night whether you are ready or not. This means, as a number two, there is no time to be lazy, no time to be precious, no time to expect accolades for lackluster performances. You will be called to face the professional challenges that scare you to death, the ones that make your blood run cold, and you must dig into the work and fight. Remember, you are not only a number two, you are a builder of empires. Second, the best singers in the world need backup. As Lin-Manuel Miranda recently tweeted, quit thinking it's a solo and lean into the harmony. A great number two is that very backup. We know the fun is found in building on the foundation, fostering the collaboration, and ultimately expanding that vision. Every number one has one, if not many, areas where they come up short. A savvy number two knows how to recognize those gaps and fill them creatively. Make it your goal never to hog the microphone, but to always dazzle together in harmony. And lastly, the final bow of a curtain call belongs to the ensemble, not the leading actors. So when you receive your applause as a number two for a sublime performance, and you will, receive it gracefully, not as a star. You are part of an impressive ensemble, an ensemble more enormous than you could ever comprehend. At every opportunity, make it a point to congratulate, to thank, and to advocate for your fellow number twos. Every step forward each one of us takes, we all take together. And damn it, this company of players deserves a bow. Number twos, it is time for our 11 o'clock number. Step up. Join me in this opportunity for greatness and enact massive change in our world by enriching our number ones, by challenging the archetypes of success, and by proudly exhibiting the rewards of collaboration. Go on. Tell the world our secret. It is far more powerful and infinitely more fun being a number two. And what a breath of fresh air you will be. Thank you.